For this horse stance workout, we're gonna warm up with some prances. So this is just lifting one heel and then lowering it, kind of like doing a little walk in place. I'll show you from the side. So nice and easy to start. There will be no jumping in this workout, but we're gonna burn lots of calories and get those muscles really strong. All right, let's do a couple more and then we're gonna do some ankle rotations. 3, 2, and 1. All right, separate the feet a little bit more and you're gonna lift the heel and just do a little circle. Getting the ankles warmed up. We're gonna be balancing using those ankles. Let's reverse that rotation a couple more times. And let's go to the other side. Lift that heel first and then circle. So I'm bringing the knee forward and around. It's like a half circle. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2 and reverse. Just a couple more. And since we're getting into that horse stance, which is kind of like a plie, we want to get those hips warmed up. So let's warm up those hips by doing some hip circles. So if you want to hold on at any time during this workout, definitely do so. So I'm just bringing the knee the opposite direction and then turning it around. And you want it to go a little bit higher if you can. So if you're here, see if you can bring it up higher. Yes, working the abs too. Good. And again, like if you need to hold on, or maybe here, that's fine. And do whatever you want with your arms. Make this workout your own. Customize it to your body and how you feel today. Great. And last one, and let's go ahead and do some calf raises, working on those calves. All right, so hands here, flex those fingers and the hands and up and down. Good. Little bend, and then you can propel yourself a little bit higher. Good. Up and down. So it's kind of like a plie and a calf raise. So a plie just means you're bending the knees. If you want to go straight, you can, but I kind of like the bend. It just feels really good because we're going to be bending those knees in the horse stance exercise. Good, let's do 2 more. And our final warm-up is leg swings. Now this one is a definite balance challenge, so I definitely recommend holding on with one hand, but I'm gonna do the challenge. So I'm gonna swing. Now if you wanna tap like this, that's fine. But I'm gonna just try to balance without tapping down. So I'm swinging forward and back, and then if you wanna brush that foot to the ground like this, it's a little bit easier to balance. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. You'll see football players doing that one. All right, other side and get ready and swing. And again, if you want to brush that foot on the ground, this is great if you're in grass. But if you're not, that's okay. And if you falter, that's okay too. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. All right, last warm-up move. We're going to go diagonally in this, the swings here. So here, so I'm going this way and about 3/4 back. Good. And if you want to just balance the whole time, good. If you want to tap down, that's okay. All right, 2 more. 1 and 2. Last one, across and back. Good. Yep. It should be nice and warm. And that way we can get into a deeper horse stance. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right, so horse stance is kind of like a plie, but it's a little bit wider. So if you're not totally deep in your horse stance, that's totally okay. So let's start with a nice little flow. So we're gonna go up and then down. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, anytime you wanted to hold any of these positions, that is great. That's incredible. And that's a lot harder. But I'm going to move in and out of these postures so there won't be any holding. so it will be accessible to all levels. Those who go really deep in their horse stance and those who are just starting to practice that particular move. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale, and hold it here. Hands in front, and you're gonna punch and down. So every time I'm punching forward, I'm raising, I'm standing. Good. You don't need to speed it up. Just working on form. Good. Up and down, up and down. When I'm punching, I'm not locking out my elbow. And what that means is that I'm not hyperextending it. I'm not doing a super, super straight punch, but it is straight. Let's just do a couple more. Good. And 1 more set on each side. 1 and 2. Good. And now let's pretend like we're washing a table. And you're going to round and center and round. Really extend. This is really nice for the back. And let's just do 1 more. And then we're going to go up and over like a rainbow. Down, up, and down. 2 more. Up, down. Last one. Up and down. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Table washes first. And round. And around. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Now let's do those rainbows. Up and over. Up and over. 2 more. This is a really nice stretch. This is good to stretch out those lat muscles. And down. Fantastic. You're doing so good. All right. Next up, we're going to cross and down. So instead of twisting like this, which is okay, let's try to just keep the torso facing me. So we're working the upper area of the chest right now. Yes. And of course, we're working the booty and the legs. Trying to coordinate this can be a little bit challenging. So now I'm going to see if I can go a little bit deeper in this horse stance, kind of a squat position. Great. Let's do 1 more. Good. And now let's work the abs. So hands and fists and really go down. And this is the part we're going to twist, 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 and then go up. Down, down, down. Good. So if you see this, I'm not just doing this. I'm crunching and really contracting those ab muscles. So I'm working upper and lower abs. Yep. And the hands are in fists, but I'm not clenching for dear life. Just a little bit fists. Good. Nice. Let's do 1 more up and down. And excellent. Good. And then from here, we're going to do a lat pull down. So reach, 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 and pull and lower. Up. Let's do 7 more. Down, up, down. So this is 3. We're going to do 8, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. You might notice that your legs are getting a little bit sore and you're able to get deeper in that horse stance. Very nice. All right, now let's do a V and down. Whew, my quads are working. Those are the 4 muscles on the front of the thighs. Let's do 8 of these. This is 4. Down. See if you can get a little lower. 5. Down. 6. Down. 7. Good. Last one. And good. So from here, now we're going to do a T. So hands in front and extend. This is nice because it stretches out the pectoral muscles. Those are the muscles in front of the chest. And this is 4. Good. 5. My legs are going to be sort of more, I'm guessing. 6. 7, or at least my butt will. and 8. Good, stay here. Let's do some arm circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can pulse it if you like. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it off. Other side, other direction I should say. But this time instead of small circles, let's make them bigger. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to go a little bit wider and then elbow down. And we're going to stretch to the side. Good. Stand and side. So I'm letting you stand to get you a little bit of a break here. Good. Stand. Also, we're doing our exercises for strengthening, combining this with stretching. You don't see that too often. Good. I know. We're almost done. Stick with it. You don't have to go as deep. If you even want to just do a little bit of just standing and just doing the arm movements, that's okay too. Just finish. That's what I always say. Whatever you start, just finish. You don't always have to go at 100%. Good. Last one, down and good. All right, so we started with the flow. Let's do the harder exercise, which we've been doing, with a different type of flow. So we're gonna go out to the side, but this time, hands together in prayer, and down, up, and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hold this position. Hands behind the low back. Interlace those fingers. Bring the shoulders back and down. See if you can go a little bit lower. I know it burns. All right, nice little stretch. And then release. Stand. And then we'll do the same thing. One more set. Down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, last one. We're gonna hold and stretch, hands behind the low back. See if you can get your palms to touch. If you can't, that's okay. This takes a lot of shoulder mobility. Maybe get this last horse stance a little deeper. Ooh. Release, release. Hands on your thighs, relax. Just do a little stretch here. Good. One more on each side. Good. Stand back up. All right, let's stretch out those thighs that have been working so hard. Let's just do some standing butt kicks. So when you bring your heel back, you're stretching your thighs. And I'm also working at the back of the legs. So we're balancing this out. So whenever you're working in the front of the body, you also want to work the back of the body as well. Good. And next, let's do some lateral lunges. Stretch out the inner thighs. When you're doing squats, you work inner thighs. So we'll just go from side to side. Actually, I'm going to straighten out my toes a little bit. So I'm bringing my booty back, and I'm hinging from the hips and leaning my torso forward. Now, I have a very short torso. So I have to lean really far forward. Otherwise, I wouldn't get as deep in this lateral lunge. One more on each side, and great. Back to center. Step the feet closer together. Another stretch on the thighs. This one's a really difficult balance challenge, so you might want to hold on. Again, heel up, bend the standing leg, kind of do the butt kick, but try to grab where the laces are. Bend this leg a little more. Try to get the heel to the butt. So my butt and my heel are kissing right now. So see if you can do that. And if you fall over, that's okay. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Balance, bend the standing leg, do the butt kick, hold it, grab the laces, heel to the butt if you can, shoulder back, maybe have your hand on your hips. Now, if the ankle shakes, that's okay. It just means that your body is helping you balance and working harder than it's used to. Okay, great. And let's do a hip flexor stretch. So, and again, lots of balance here. You need to hold on, bring the leg up. I'm gonna grab the shin, and then the goal is to bring that knee as close as you can with the flexed foot to your body. Good. Can you bring it up a little bit higher? Nice. Let's do some ankle rotations and reverse. Good. Slow lower with control. Yes, it's harder sometimes when you go slower. Other leg, flexing the foot, bringing it up high. And you'll notice I'm not doing everything really, really fast. This isn't cardio. And the nice thing about going at a little bit of a slower pace, you are engaging the muscles a little bit more, and you're tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. So you'll notice that you feel a little bit calmer in this workout. Great. And lastly, let's just work the side of the hips. So working the whole body, pretty much. I think we worked the entire body today. A little bit of chest, but everything else, we did a lot of shoulders, a lot of butt, a ton of thighs, and we did some calf work too. So good, just let's give those shoulders a little bit of a break here. Good. Maybe even slow those steps a little bit down. So if you're like a lot of people, you're exercising for health, maybe weight loss, or maybe longevity, and I want to live a really healthy life for as long as I can, but I want every year to be where I feel really good and I can do whatever I want. I can do everything that I'm doing now when I'm 90. So hopefully, what I try to do is I try to eat healthy and exercise. So that's why I eat an anti-inflammatory diet. I don't eat any cholesterol, so I don't eat any foods that contain cholesterol. I keep my saturated fats really low, and I eat healthy whole food carbohydrates. So if you want to learn a little bit more about what I eat, so you can tap into, the longevity gene, if there is one, there isn't. But anyways, we can all live longer and healthier by doing things that we know work. And so you can check out my book. It's called The High Five Diet. You can also work with me directly if you'd like, and go to my website to learn more at thehighfivediet.com. If you have any questions, just write to me below. Take care. Bye. Helping people improve their health, sharing my delicious recipes with lots of yummy carbs gives me a high like no drug can, which is why I do it. For my favorite low-fat, oil-free, plant-based recipes, order my cookbook with nutrition facts on how to prevent and reverse disease, which chronicles my personal health and weight loss story through my website, thehighfivediet.com.